So we have completed the gather splitter. Today we'll look into multicast and the router. First we'll see the router. The router is nothing but we'll route the data to multiple branches based on the condition. Take the time. Content modify. So I will take one more message. So what I'm doing is in the content modifier, I'm providing some data. So in the data, I'm using condition to route that data into multiple branches. So in real time cases, what we need to do is we'll get some data from the sender system and we need to post the data to the receiver system based on the conditions. So in these cases, we'll use the router. So let me show you. In the processing tab, we have the expression type for XML and non-XML. Earlier, you can see we have seen filter. In this filter, we can do condition only for XML payload only. But when it comes to router, we can do the filter condition based on the both XML and non-XML payloads. So here in the condition, we need to write the condition as we did in the filter palette option. The default route is nothing but if the condition does not match, then the data should go into the default route. So here I have taken three branches. I'm splitting the incoming data into two different branches and one is for default route. So if these both condition not match with our data, the payload should go into the default route. So the default route is mandatory. If we did not provide the default route, the router will not accept. First I'll show you the data. So here we have the employee data. For each details, I need to extract the employee details based on the building number. Yeah, I'm taking building number 3305 in branch 1 and I need to route the building number 304 in another branch. So if the condition did not match, that should go into the default route. For example, here we have the building number 301. So we did not write the condition for this. So it should go into the default route. Taking this. This is my first route. In this route, I'm writing the condition. As we already discussed the absolute path and relative path, I am directly taking the building number double slash building equal to we should write condition within the single quote 305. I am routing all 305 building person in one branch and I am taking 301 building number in another branch. So I'm saving this. So here I'm getting the error. So we can see the error in the problem. So what it is saying, the content-based router model must have the default route. We should have the default route. Otherwise, we will unable to deploy. We'll get the validation error. Taking this as a default route. What I'm doing, I'm I'm taking this entire employee details, and based on my building number, I'm routing that into multiple branches. So before that, we need to split the each employee details. Otherwise, it will not route. The router condition will work only on single record. It cannot process multiple records. So before going to router step, I need to split the each details separately using my splitter parent option. In the XPath, I need to split based on the details. Each details I need to split. I don't want the grouping. So first what I am doing is I'm storing the payload in the content modifier. I'm calling this payload into the general splitter. The general splitter will split the group of details into single detailed record, and in the router I am routing this multiple record based on my building number. The building number 305 should goes into first router. Here I am writing building 305. This is building 301. This is my default. And also I'll take on content modifier. So here I'm writing this as default root. Here I am splitting based on the condition and I am changing my payload. So I'm deploying this flow. Successfully deployed. So here you can see in the content modifier, I'm placing all the employee details, and in the splitter, I'm splitting into group of data into single detail. So in the first, I have the Akash detail. In the second, I have the Amit Mishra details and so on. So I'm splitting the details. After that, I'm going to route based on the condition. So here in the 305, I should have two details. One is for Akash, one is for Avish. So here I can see the Akash detail and also Avish details. So it successfully route based on my condition. Here I should have the 301 building number person detail, 301 Amit Mishra. Here 301, yeah, Amit. So I have one person with the default route because I did not capture the person who are all the building number 304. So the Steven data should goes into the default route. You can see the Steven data is get into my default route. So after this step, what I am doing is I'm changing my data. So this is the simple example. In real cases, what you need to do is you will route the all the particular record. After routing, you need to send these data to separate receiver system. For example, here the default should be the default, like if the building number is 305 is go into the particular system, so you need to send this record to particular system. For who the building number who are all the 301, that should go into the different receiver system. So in real time cases, if you want to send send the single data into the multiple receiver, so you need to use the router. I mean the router will route the data based on the condition. So in these cases we'll use the router. So we have one more option. You have the expression type as non-XML. The non-XML is nothing but we'll maintain the building number here. For example, I'm taking building 305 and the value is 305. So I'm calling this header in my condition. So I'm calling header dot building 305. So what I'm doing is I'm writing my detail here and I'm calling this header directly in the condition. Instead of I am previously what I did, I took the uh, value from the X path. So instead, I took the value from the header. In the header, I maintained the source value. So in this case as well, I mean, we can call in this in like this as well. So here we have, so here you can see the default route is not working properly. That means the router condition is not worked properly. So I have changed the details, right? So here you can see this router should route based on the condition who are all the building number 305. But as you can see, I get all the details here. The building number 305 person and the building number 304 person is 305%. So I'm getting all the details except my 301 because I have write the correct condition for 301 because the 301 data goes into the uh, goes into this route branch. The remaining data are all goes into this branch. I have write the non-XML condition here, but you can see here I'm routing condition based on my header. If I write condition like this, the routing condition is not working properly. That's why I'm getting rest of the data. I mean, the data which is except 301. All the 301 data, it's routed properly, but the 305 building number data was not routed properly. So please find out this, why we are not routing properly if we use the expression in the sense we'll use the header. You can find this one. I'll tell the answer tomorrow. So and also we have one more palette option here in the event. We have escalated end event. As of now, we used the end event, right? We have multiple events. So we have seen timer, we have seen end message, and now we will see the escalated end event. The escalated end event is nothing but it will show us the status as escalation. The escalation is nothing but the error. So here you can see in the deployment status, the monitoring tab. So you can see all the messages. Here you can see the status as completed. So if we get any error, the message goes into the escalation status. So what I'm doing is I'm deploying the iFlow again. The 305 record will goes into one branch. The 304 record is goes into another branch. I did not handle any condition for 301. So it will go into the default route. In the default route, I have entered this routing branch as a escalated message. That means if this branch is activated, the output should visible as escalated, not as completed. If you use the end message, it will complete as completed status. But if you use the escalated end, it will goes in. I mean, it will end up with the error message. Yeah, not the error. That is warning. So here you can see previously it completed with the green signal, but in this deployment you can see it will completed with the warning. If you click on the status, you can see the status is escalated. That means we have the data with the other building number as well. So because this branch is activated, so that's why we'll get the status as escalated. So in the monitoring step, you can see, so it completed with the status of escalated. Previously, you can see it completed with the completed status because in previously I have maintained the end end message, but here I can end with the escalated whenever the condition is not met with my input. It will trigger the default. In the default, I'll maintain, I should, the default branch should end with the escalated status. So in this case, we'll use the escalated. Mostly whenever we are working with the error, if the flow is getting error, so we'll trigger one more yeah, exception branch. So we'll look into that. Uh, in that escalation branch, we will maintain this escalated end, and also we have the in, yeah, error end message. So you can see error end even. So what it will do, it will end with the error message. The status should be in the error state. It should be in the like this failed state. So in this case, we'll use the end message. Sorry, error end. So hope you guys understand the router. What it will do, it will route the incoming data into multiple branches based on the condition. So if you want to send data to multiple receiver system, or if you want to send the data based on the condition, in these cases we'll use the router. So if anyone have any doubt on the router, please ask me now. Okay. We'll go to next palette option. We'll see two more palette option. Mm,
Like high harish.
yes, Sujit.
Uh, like if I take another route as building 304, then
Mm,
the default router will be disappeared, right?
yes.
In that case, the escalation end will show in warning or green color.
No, it will, this branch will not be activated, right? So in that cases, it will completed with the completed status.
Okay, that's one out.
Mm, okay. whenever this branch is activated, then only the escalated end message will the trigger. Otherwise, if this branch is not triggered, then the end, I mean, the data should end with the success.
Okay, understood.
Okay, let's move on to the another palette option. So we have seen the router, we'll see the multicast. We have two types of multicast. One is parallel multicast and another one is the sequential multicast. And one more thing, the best practice is to uh, save the iflow after creating. So if it is in the locked state, this is not the standard way to end up the flow. So once you completed the development, or if you do any change in the flow, so after completing it, please save this and cancel this. So if we do like this, the iflow will not be locked. In real time, this suppose if we have tenant, the cpa tenant, they will provide for 2 to 3 users. So on that case, you are the one user, and if someone wants to edit the particular flow, they are unable to edit the flow, because you are the one, the the iflow should lock the person, I mean, you locked the iflow, so that's why the other user unable to access the iflow. So the best practice is to save and cancel it after completing the changes or creating the iflow. So after I saved that, I can see the locked status is disappeared. So now this iflow is open for another user as well. They can edit this iflow. This take iflow in taking the HTTP call. Multicast. First, we'll see the sequential multicast. So the multicast also, it is nothing but will send the same data to multiple branches, but here will not the send the data to multiple branches based on condition. So it will go to multiple branches without condition. So what I'm doing is I'm splitting the data into multiple branches. So in these cases, we'll use the sequential multicast. So suppose here you can see in the router, will what we are doing, we are splitting the single data into multiple branches based on the condition. But here what we are doing is we are not doing any condition here. will send directly the incoming message into split into multiple branches and send it to the receiver. So this is the difference between the multicast and the router. Here we don't have the default route because the default route works when the condition is not met. But in this case, we'll not performing any condition. The each data we are receiving from the sender system, it's duplicates or send it to the multiple branches. The same data goes into the multiple branches. Take the timer because to open the post. So what I am doing is simply what I am doing is I did not perform any condition here. This is the routing sequence. The difference between sequential and parallel multicast is the message will go into the branches sequentially in the sequential multicast. But in the parallel multicast, at a time, the three branches is triggered from the from the multicast. The sequential multicast, it will it will send the first branch. After completing the first branch, then only it will send the data to the second branch, and it will wait for the branch to complete. After completing the second branch, it will send the same message to the third branch. So likewise, it will send the data sequentially. So it will wait until that particular branch should complete. But in case of parallel multicast, it will not wait for each branch to complete. It will trigger the data to the all the branches at a time. So here you can see the routing sequences based on this sequence order. The first what it will do, it will send the data to the first branch, and it will wait for the branch one to complete. If we have any error in the branch one, it will stop the flow. It will not send to data to the second branch. So if it is success, then only it send the data to the second branch. And if the second branch is success, then only the sequential multicast will send the data to the third branch. And also we can move the sequence order as well using the move up and move down option. So here I'm doing the second branch should run first. After completed the second branch, the first branch should run. This is the branch one. So you can see in the real time we are unable to see, but in the trace we can see. So here in every branch I can see all the employee details. But in the case of our router, we are routing the data based on the condition. But here you can see in all branches we can able to see all the data. It will send all the data to all the branches, but it works on the sequential order. So in the trace, you can find out. Here you can see the flow starts from the timer. After timer, it triggers the content modifier. After content modifier, it sends the data to the first branch. The first branch is, we have mentioned the first branch is branch 2. In the sequential order, you can see I am moving by the sequential order for the branch 2 should run first. After the branch 2 completion, the branch 1 should run. After that, the branch 3 should run. So here you can see first what it did. It will from the content modifier, the sequential multicast, it sending the message first to the branch 2. After the end, after the end, it will send the data to the sequential. So the sequential multicast, it send the data to the second branch. The second branch is branch 1. So here I can see the output as branch 1 because I have maintained the value in the content modifier. That content modifier is modifying the incoming content. After completed the second branch, the third branch, the sequential multicast triggered the third branch. The third branch is nothing but the branch 3. So this is how the sequential multicast is work. Suppose if you have the error in the branch 2, suppose I am taking one palette option. I'll take the splitter. I'll write the condition as, I'll write the error condition. I did not maintain any header. Header dot building equal to 305, 304. Sorry. Yes. Yes. This is the splitter, but I have written the uh, condition. In this case, the multicast, what it will do, it will send the data to the first branch. The first branch is nothing but the branch 2. it will wait for the branch 2 to complete. After completing the branch 2, it will send the data to the branch 1. In the branch 1, there is a error in the general splitter, so the flow should stop here. It will not trigger the branch 3. I'm deploying the site flow. So here you can see it is not triggered by the third branch, that because the branch 1 is error. So in the trace, in the trace, first the timer triggers the day triggers the iflow. It will go into the content modifier and it will go into the sequential multicast. In the sequential multicast, as per our sequence, as per our sequence, the branch 2 should trigger first. So the sequential multicast is triggered by branch 2 first. The branch 2 output is this. After triggering the second branch, the sequential multicast trigger the first branch. So after end, it will go into the sequential multicast again. Again, it will go into the sequential multicast and it will trigger the branch 2. Here in the general splitter, I'm maintaining the condition instead of the X path. That's why I'm encountering the issue. Because of this issue, the flow is stopped here itself. It will not move to the next step. So here I can see the error messages: invalid X path. X path must start with the slash, but I did my condition as expression instead of X path. So I think you guys understand what is the sequential multicast and how it works. So we'll work on same thing in the parallel multicast. I just remove this and I added the parallel multicast.
Hari, one question, Hari.
Yes.
So, see, you did multicast and then you again added the splitter for the condition, right?
Yes.
Multicast is we are just splitting the data without any condition. The same data goes into the receiver. Router
Yes.
is like we have the condition there for different receiver paths.
Yes. Based on condition, we
Yeah.
will send the data to multiple branches.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
this multicast, when you used multicast, when and adding the general splitter again to put the condition, is it not like same as router? What is the difference? Like if it is just multicast, there will be a difference, but you are doing multicast cast and then a general splitter, right?
Yes.
So
No, I took general
did you get my
splitter.
question? Yeah.
Yeah, you got confused. I think the
No, no.
general, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
What
okay.
why I did the general splitter is I need to show the error message. That's why I took the general splitter. So the general splitter will work, but in my, what I'm doing is I'm uh, trying to get the error. I want the error message. That's why I have maintained the wrong expression here. We can
Mm.
do the general splitter after the parallel, I mean after the multicast. So that will not a problem. The main difference between the router and multicast is the router, it will not get the multiple payload at a time. So that's why I'm doing splitter before the router. Did you understand, or should I need to repeat?
I think I got little confused here.
Yes, let me explain.
See, like okay.
Yes, here
Mm.
I removed my splitter. What I'm doing, I'm taking the content modifier and I am routing it to the multiple router, right?
Right.
Okay. Now I'm deploying this flow. So here you can see it should go, it went only the one branches. See, in this routing, I maintained the 301. That means the building number, who are all the 301, that data should go into this route. The rest of the data should go into the uh, next branches. But in this case, you can see all the data went into the particular branch because this is my first route, route 1. You can see this is the route 1. Sorry, route 2. I mean, this is the first router. So what it is doing, it is sending all the data into one router. It is not sending the data to the router based on the condition. It fails. Why this fails means the router is not handled multiple data at a time. We have multiple details, right? So the router is unable to, it's not possible in the router is not, I mean, the router is don't have a capability to handle multiple employee details. It can handle one employee detail at a time. So that's why I am splitting the each details previously. Before coming into the router, I'm splitting each detail separately. After splitting each detail, the single details is go into the router. What
Mm.
it will do, the splitter, it will split the first data and send it to the router. The router will work and it will complete the first detail. After that, it will go back to the splitter again. The splitter sends the second data to the router. The second data is processed here. After completing the second detail, it will go into the splitter again. The splitter work on the third details. Likewise, the splitter will give single data to the router.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's why I used splitter before the router. So in this
Yes.
case, you can see all the data is routed into one branch.
Yeah. Yeah. This part is clear, Hari.
Yes,
Like why you used a splitter with the router is clear.
yes,
I was confused why you use the splitter for the multicast. See, for
yes.
router, because there is condition, you have used the splitter.
Here,
Okay, so
why I used splitter means I I need to create the error because I want to showcase you. I told you, right? Each multicast, the sequential multicast should work. The first branch will work. After completing the first branch, the second branch will start. After completing the second, likewise, the sequentially the flow should run in the sequential multicast. So if any one of the branches error, the flow is stopped there itself. So that's why I want to create the error. So that's why I took the general splitter. So if you got confused, I can use any other palette option. So I want to create error, that's why I have used the general splitter. We can use general splitter here, that's not a issue. what
okay,
my main motto is to create the error in the particular branch. So that's
okay.
why I have taken the splitter.
Got it, got it, got it. I was confused because multicast has no condition, and when in the splitter again we are giving a condition which is equal to router, right? That's why I was like confused, but that's fine. I got it now. Got it now,
Okay.
Hari. Thank you.
Okay. I will take a different palette option, taking the filter. I want to create the error. That's why I'm taking header, header dot root, something like that, equal to 10 something. So previously what we did in the sequential multicast, it will run sequentially. So it will run the first branch. After completing the first branch, it will go into the second branch. After completing the second branch, it will go into the third branch. But in case of parallel multicast, it will trigger all the branches at a time. Here we, in the sequential multicast, you can see the sequence. I mean, you can move up and down the branches, but in the parallel multicast you don't have the option, because the parallel multicast will run all the branches at a time. So in this case I have maintained the error in the branch 2, but it will not stop the flow. It will run all the branches. Here I got the error, but you can see all branches is run. But in case of sequential multicast, if the branch 2 is error, the branch 3 will not work. It will stop the flow here itself. So that is the difference between the sequential and parallel multicast. I think everyone got the difference between sequential and parallel. If anyone have any doubt, please ask me.
Hari.
Yes.
Actually, like parallel, like you taken parallel multicast, right?
Yes.
Before that, it is sequential.
Yes.
Like without content modifier also it will work, right?
Yes. Without why
Just
I
to
took
like
this.
just to showcase, you mentioned at payload
Yes.
it is branch two or branch one.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay, that's a wonder.
There is no condition to place the which palette option in which place. So we
Yeah.
can place any palette option in any place based on your requirement. So in our example, I took this way. So that's why I have used the content modifier or splitter or other palette options. We can use any palette option anywhere. So there is no limitation of using the palette option.
Like but I thought you mentioned at the payload it is branch one. So for if it is mentioned like in the branch three payload, it like content modifier, if I mention like branch one, it's not show any error, right? Because it is in the sequential order based on the branch one. Like branch two is the first, it will complete that and then it goes to branch one and last at last branch three, right?
Yes. Yes.
Like okay.
if anyone have any doubt.
And Hari, like yesterday I also spoke to Chandru also regarding I got an issue in the testing SOAP API.
Okay.
Yesterday I not saved any iFlow. Today I saved.
Okay.
Let's share my screen.
Yes.